Sorry, I was about to go live and then I got distracted because I booted up my laptop and it was like, open Microsoft Teams, and I was like, no. This is not a thing we do. Hi, Delia. Congrats on first. Hi, Sarah. Surprise, it's a Sunday, and I'm here for some reason. I forgot to put my goofy little message that I was gonna put. But I hope it's a good time zone wherever you are. Void with that second. Hello, Void. How's it going? I want to talk about the mail. Got boxes full of Pepe. Hey, what is that face for, Cody? You said you were my executive producer now. And since Galfax was so kind as to gift me the game, he gets to also have EP credit. I guess I said sponsored instead of produced, but whatever. You know what I mean. How's it going? I hope the mail gets where it needs to go. I hope no one upstairs is asking where the hell their mail is. Hi, friend. It's Delia. So, yeah. So today we're gonna be sleuthing, but not our usual sleuth. I had seen some gameplay of the Roottrees Are Dead recently. And at first I was like, oh, it's fine. I'll just watch these VODs. It's interesting enough. And then the more I was watching, the more I was like, oh my god, this game looks like it is going to scratch such an itch of just weird logic and deep research and stuff. So I'm really excited to give it a try. And big old thanks to Galfax for gifting it. And I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna dive right in, because I mean, like, I got so excited by this game that I was out having beers a couple nights ago, and I was just like, man, I really can't wait for my weekend so I can finally start playing The Roottrees Are Dead. Let's solve some moitas. Well, I shouldn't say with certainty that there is not a moita. There might be a moita. But moita unclear. Catbat! Hello, Catbat! Welcome in. Thanks for being here, y'all. Surprise Sunday. Oh, and we got a Charlie cat down by my feet. Alright, is it... Are you gonna find the game? Ooh, that seems like it's very loud. Okay, let's see. Find game first. find game first. Ah, there is game. Now we can do settings. Wow, that sax hit. Good God. That was some sax, all right. Oh, now we got two of them. Okay, like I don't. We'll bump that a little bit. Sexual healing. Oh my God, get out of here. I know I want to leave at least a little bit of the music volume up for reasons, but we will cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay. Well, let's get into it. One of the most deadly plane crashes in Pennsylvania's history in 1998. I hope the Roottrees are okay. Oh. I have some probably bad news for you about whether or not the Roottrees are okay. Oh yeah, also, this game is gonna totally scratch an itch for people born in a certain year.
The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottrees Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottrees and his daughters, the Roottrees sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottrees company's lawyers are scrambling. Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for. I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy genie, as it were.
I sure hope so.
I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
Alright, so complete the family tree of the Roottrees sisters. Siblings are in birth order, left to right, oldest to youngest. Examine evidence, search the internet for clues. Ah, sleuth! Fill in names, occupations, and photos. Yes, Charlie Cat, can I help you? Do you want to help me solve the mystery? Come here. Come here. She doesn't want to help. Evidence. Got milk picture. Charwie is a sleuth. She got to investigate everything in the house at all times. She's so good at her job. The person who hired you gave you this photo with the note attached. This was taken during the shoot for the Roottrees sisters' Got Milk ad. I've tracked down a test photo from before they painted the fake mustaches on, which I thought would be more appropriate considering the circumstances. The ad's copy reads, "You might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating. Being a Roottree is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why the calcium found in milk is so important. Plus, you can't make chocolate without it." Oh, my family chat is popping off with the football talk. Are they happy about the birds? Are they? Or are they... I mean, your family is really, like, from the Kansas area, right? So are they just kind of banking on the Chiefs are gonna be in the superb owl once again, and whether or not they can take on the birds? Yeah, I figured that you probably had a whole bunch of Chiefs fans. Okay, so I can zoom in. Okay, so we've got our Got Milk picture. Welcome.text. Yes, hello. The cashew pad. Welcome to the information superhighway. Thanks for purchasing a new cashew PC. Your PC... Is this like a Nancy Drew clone? Not quite, because we are limited to our living room space here. So all we can see is our Pepe Sylvia Kaiser Soze board and our desk full of evidence and our computer. At least as far as I'm aware. But I've seen, like I said at the top of the stream, I have seen some gameplay of this so far. So I know a thing or two here and there. But yeah, I don't think that there is any leaving this space. Your PC is equipped with a 56K modem, which is fast enough to access any site on the World Wide Web, even those with high-resolution images. The question is it going to take us 5 minutes for that beautiful high-resolution image to load on this monitor here? If you find anything interesting, be sure to print it out with your included high-end color laser printer, or burn a music CD to listen to later. If you want to revisit a search result, be sure to use Netscape Explorer's new History feature. Aw shit, this game's got JPEGs! It's got those glossy JPEGs. Happy surfing! And remember, cashew PCs are delicious. Cashew PCs are inedible. Do not try to eat your computer. Fucking a crunch. Do you feel nostalgic, chat? Do we remember the good old days when that did not take nearly long enough? Pro tip, you can create Teen Me Siren song. You can create notes quickly by highlighting text with your mouse. Let's see. There are a lot of obituaries that focus on the Roottrees sisters' modeling careers. You also come across an unofficial Roottrees fan site seemingly curated by a teenager. It's neon pink with purple text and hard to read until you highlight the words. So I do love the way that the game kind of just summarizes things for you. But seeing this mention of a fan site that I'm like, oh my god, please have an Easter egg somewhere or like concept art where I can see this horrible fan site. All right, so let's see. Raina's the most famous because she's the oldest and got married to TMS. But Riley is the smart one. Rose is a middle child like me. That's your defining trait. Okay. You might think that they are rich just because they are models, but their dad is also the president of the candy company and their mom Brenda is a fashion designer. They do the modeling for her brand Root. I eat root tree candy all the time. My favorite are maple crisps. And try to dress in plaid root. Oh, so it's all caps with a period. Clothes like Riley does in most of the posters. Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. The website's author continues to talk about her own life and what she likes about the Root fashion lines, but none of it is relevant. Okay. Welcome to your notepad. On each page, other than this one, you can jot down important information such as names, family relationships, marital status, sibling count, or anything else you'd like to remember. Page titles can be renamed to make it easier to remember what you've written on each one. Highlight any text in your web browser or evidence for the quick option to add it to your notes. The entire contents of your notepad are saved even if you quit the game. Don't forget to check them when you return. Hi, hello. I love that for all of us. Family reminders. Siblings, often referred to as brothers or sisters, people that share the same parents. Cousins, sometimes referred to as first cousins. Oh, good. I'm honestly, I'm so glad that this has at least a base description for this, because I'm absolutely susceptible to getting like first cousins versus cousins removed confused. I cannot keep that sort of thing straight. First cousins are people that share the same grandparents but not the same parents. Second cousins, sometimes referred to as distant cousins, people that share the same great-grandparents but not the same grandparents. Third cousins also could be referred to as distant cousins, people that share the same great-grandparents but not the same, same great-great-grandparents but not the same great-grandparents. American school terms, K-12. Perfect. So if we go back here, the Root Beer Sisters. Hey, actually, by total coincidence, I am drinking my root beer sparkly water. Let's see, so Raina is the oldest. Can I do like little dashes? Oh no, okay, so that saves the note. Got it. So whichever one has a spouse will be the oldest. Maybe we'll just call this one the sisters. What happened there? Okay, edit this note. Ah!
Spoopy Peterson shared. X1. Root beer, root beer, root beer.
Considering the game just opens with them, maybe we'll just call this page the sisters. Oops, all root beer. Okay, so oops, I had caps lock on. Middle child. I have to assume this has ears pierced is some sort of important information if all of the information that was parsed out of here is considered important. Okay. So then there's Riley. Did they not? Oh no, because they covered that it was Carl in the news. I don't know if it has a better name, but that'll at least give me a good place to start. All caps with a period. Okay. Oh, hello. TMS is a common abbreviation for early 90s teen heartthrob Tommy Mark Sheridan. His first credited role as Thomas Sheridan. So sorry, Tommy Mark? All hi, Mark? His first credited role was on a soap opera called Time Marches Onward. He skyrocketed to popularity after his starring role in the sitcom Brother Trouble. Since the end of Brother Trouble, he has often been on the cover of tabloids for his supposed drug use, and more recently, his relationship with Rena Roottrees. After a short engagement, they married in 1997 when she was only 19 and he was 23. Huh. All of this root capital period, capital root period, I'm gonna have so many things in all caps that it's all gonna be backward. It's gonna look so bad. Tommy's a bad boy. Yeah, right? Tommy Mark. Then let's see what else. So he would be... It's 98 now, so... She'd be 20 to 21. To 25. Married in 1987 to TMS. Soap up, yeah. Okay. Well, at least we have some more information. Let's see. Who's next in order of Rose? Rose Roottrees is not as popular as her older sister Raina, but still very well known. Most of the time they're lumped together as the Roottrees sisters. Unfortunately, the results for Rose by herself don't lead to anything different than when searching for the sisters together. Can't find what you're looking for? If someone isn't in the list of names that your employer provided, doing a deeper dive on what you learn about them will often lead to additional discoveries. A good research tip is to make note of any brand names, books, product lines, or magazines that you don't recognize and search for them. These searches will sometimes help directly. Even when they don't, you'll usually get additional context. Does this mean I need to search for, like, Time Marches Onward? Oh my god. Okay. Cool. Maybe I need to have a separate page for Tommy Mark. Time Marches Onward is a soap opera. It was the first credited role for Tommy Mark Sheridan, who is only 7 years old and still being credited as Thomas Sheridan at the time. According to your search, the show has been on the air for 22 years and is said to focus on 3 large families that own different ranches in the same town of Texas. TMS appeared as Carson in 53 episodes before his character went away to camp. I feel like that could be a euphemism for so many different things, and I don't like any of them. A few episodes later, his parents learned of his off-screen death in a terrible whitewater rafting accident. Holy shit. After a 6-year absence, Carson returned, now with partial amnesia, of course, because it's a soap opera. He recalled that though he was saved from the river, the couple who found him were evil drug runners. They smuggled him across the Mexican border and sold him into child labor. After he managed to escape, he couldn't remember who he was. Pardon me. He eventually found his way home by following the address that his parents had written on the tag of his jacket. During this second run, Carson was played by an actor other than Tommy Mark Sheridan. Partially related, but did you know there have been 15,000 episodes of Days of Our Lives? You know, a dear friend of mine is fanatical about soap operas, and I think this is even a piece of information they haven't shared with me. Maybe they know this? I certainly didn't. When did Days of Our Lives start? I'm also trying to remember. Now I'm curious. How many... Oh, excuse me. Rookie numbers over here. I knew that there was an exorbitant amount of Dark Shadows, because I have looked into buying the entire Dark Shadows before. And 1965, Jesus Christ. Wow. Or thereabouts, anyway. I'll accept it. But I remember looking into I'd seen the entire Dark Shadows collected, and it was on like something like 35 discs or something. I just looked it up, and it's like 1,200 episodes of Dark Shadows in full. So I think I will stick with my like best of Barnabas Collins collection that I have. Okay, let's see. Where were we? During the second run, Carson was played by an actor other than Tommy Mark Sheridan. The discrepancy was explained by covering his face in bandages and claiming that his work in the silver mines left him permanently disfigured and caused his voice to sound completely different. After a plastic surgery operation that happened amidst a hostage situation at the local hospital, of course, the bandages were removed and the new actor played Carson for an additional 3 years, appearing in over 500 episodes. He was then killed, permanently this time, while saving his younger sister from drowning in a whitewater rafting accident that happened at the same river where his initial accident took place. Fascinating as all this is, none of it seems related to the Roottrees. Great. Fabulous. Well, obviously, we still gotta look up Brother Trouble, too. Brother Trouble was a 1989 sitcom about two 16-year-old brothers the same age when adopted, played by Tommy Mark Sheridan and Dustin Christopher Baker. Their single mother, played by a stand-up Penelope Tessa Green, often had to navigate her job as a magazine columnist, as well as the troubles that come with raising two boys who are extremely competitive in sports, academics, and even romantic pursuit of their next-door neighbor, Roxy. The showrunner was small-screen director Ron Roottrees. Oh. Okay. The show had strong ratings through the entirety of season 1, rocketing both Sheridan and Baker to instant stardom, mostly amongst the teenage girl demographic. However, it was canceled in 1991 midway through the second season due to a significant drop-off in ratings. So the puns are immaculate. Was bad. Okay. Netscape Explorer, right? It's very good. So what if we search for that? Ron Roottrees is a small screen director and the head of RR Productions. He directed episodes of a few other shows before show running and creating one season hit, Brother Trouble. Show was canceled partway through season 2. I guess it's kind of redundant to say he's a small screen director because duh, that's TV. Oh, there's a reorder notes button too. Nice. I do like that. Okay, so I think I've got, is that everything that I need from here? I hope so for now. One time we had a little free time in the computer lab in elementary school, so I remember seeing the website for Dimension Films in the trailer for Half Baked, so I went there and I got a big pop-up warning the site could be inappropriate, and I was sure I was gonna get expelled. I mean, yeah, didn't you? Like, that was the end of your school career right there for your illicit viewing of the Dimensions Films website, right? Mixed in with the recent news of the plane crash, there are a lot of results for Roottrees' extremely popular candy products. Their official website is unstable due to the traffic it has been receiving. Pardon me. I got sent off to boarding school and now I can skateboard like a pro. Your boarding school experience was just bully, right? However, you find a direct link to the history section that manages to work momentarily. Well, let's, Nope. I'm not. No.
Spoopy Peterson shared. X1. I am a regular Tony Hawk toi.
Oh, she is French. Take that. Straight to jail. You are being censored. My chat is not a democracy. Oh, Elisa Roottrie, I wish. Free speech is under attack today. We all need to pick a side. Is this like debating the skags in the marketplace of ideas all over again? Oh, hello, Charlie. Are you being censored in my chat? Let's see. Roottrie Candy Company, founded by Elias Roottrie. After marrying... No, we love Charlie. Where is she? Where is that Charlie? Come here. Jump up in your bed. The people want to see you. Hi, honey. Oh, she helping. Come here. You sit in my lap? Hey, baby. I would listen to a TED Talk from Charlie. Unfortunately, she's not going to say much. She'd just go, huh. You would just huff at the people, wouldn't you? Does she attack the leaves or the lights behind you? She actually doesn't. She has been very well behaved. Okay, can we angle this back now? Thank you. She's been surprisingly well behaved about me putting these folding screens in the office. You can say a lot in a side though. Yeah, there's a reason that Charlie gets called Little Miss Bad Attitude in the house. Because we say, oh, Charlie, listen to me. It would be very funny to start doing that now. Do not listen to Cody. He's a bad influence. But yeah, like, if we tell her that she's got to wait, that dinner is in an hour and a half, sometimes she'll just say, and then it's like, oh, Little Miss Bad Attitude, I know you are so angry. Let's see. Yep. Wonder if we can find anything out about the Anderson Maple Farm after this. She is so sassy all the time. She's sassy and she's gassy. For reasons that aren't explained on the page, the Roottrees Candy Company has no CEO and no stockholders. She can be stinky. Like earlier she burped in my face and it was very stinky. So, oop. Charlie, can I help you? Are you just showing off because last night everyone got to see Junie loving up on Galfax and being such a good stream buddy? Are you, and everyone's like, oh, Junie's so cute. Junie's just a baby. Are you envious about that? You want everyone to say, oh, Charlie's so cute. Charlie's just a baby. Okay, so run instead by a... Charlie is just a baby. She is just baby. Input and votes from extended family. The site does mention that every president has been a direct descendant of Elias and Gwyneth, including Carl. We had a baby, it's a Charlie. God, I haven't thought about... We had a baby, it's a boy, in so long, my god. Does a streamer have a cat? Yes, cat is baby. That's a good flowchart. Parents have been... Descendants. Including Carl Roottrees, who despite his death is listed as current president. Interesting. I mean, I suppose that's not all that surprising. He only passed away, what, several hours ago? The product that put them on the map were 5 pieces, maple candies with 5 different flavors that are dipped in a crispy, crackly candy coating. Crisp, hot crust. Since then, they have branched out to countless other products, all of which incorporate maple in some way. Their sister company, simply titled Root, specializes in children's clothing. Their primary models for Root are the Roottrees sisters. Commercials used to be so iconic, yeah. Is this anything? Can I search this? See, this is just like, this is my favorite thing because this is just like ADHD the computer game. Because I get to be like, huh, what an interesting thing. I'd like to learn more about that. And I just get to fall further down the rabbit hole. So I think that's a big part of why, having watched an eensy-weensy bit of this game, that I was like, that seems real interesting. That seems like a real good time. Because I do just get to be like, is this anything? If you're mentioning it in these nice little synopses that you're feeding me, do I get to find out more? From marketing materials and various candy history sites, you learn that 5 pieces are the iconic candy sold by the Roottrees Candy Company. Although they are no longer the candy company's only popular product, they still sell well to this day. Small, colorful, shell-coated maple candies that, since the late 20s, have been pressed into the shape of a maple leaf, although they usually have one flavor that looks more like a berry. As tastes have changed over the years, so have the 5 flavors, but the shape and combination of maple have remained consistent. There's also a history of print advertising website that claims to have a 5 pieces advertisement scanned from a book called The Sweet History of Candy Volume 2 by Charles Lee. Unfortunately, when you click through to the website, it seems like all of their image links are broken. Well, damn it. You get to be a keyboard warrior. Don't say it like that. So these are what, like, essentially call them different flavored. Okay, yeah, can I, because it says the history of print advertising website. Can I search for that? Is that allowed? Oh. We'll say like originated in the 1920s. Different flavor combos. Excuse me. Okay. So nothing about this website. That would have been too good to be true. Oh, maybe I should call this candy company instead. Oh, sorry, was that printing Elias old? Is that what that was called? Incredible. Elias Roottree was the founder and first president of Roottrees Candy Company. You find what is essentially a propaganda site about him created by the Roottrees Candy Company. At the top, there is a picture of him and his wife, Gwyneth. That picture has been added to your evidence. Oh, cool. There's also a biography section that has... So I'm probably, like, just kind of going hog wild here, but also it helps to, like, get my sea legs for the game, I think. That picture's been added to your evidence. There's also a biography section that has some additional information. Elias is credited for inventing 5 pieces of popular maple candy. Before that, the farm he inherited by marrying his wife. What the heck? Was the maple farm like a dowry? Good God. Guaranteed. Oh, I also wanted to look up that Anderson Maple Farm. I don't know if I trust this root beer family. Yeah. No kidding. After 5 pieces became wildly successful, Elias spent his time and energy on cementing his reputation as a family man. He is quoted on the site as saying, "Blood is thicker than syrup." I don't like that. I feel like we need to make a note of it. I think there were no sisters yet. See, it's gray, so obviously that's of no consequence to us at this point. Blood is thicker than syrup, and that any child linked by blood to me shall be linked by blood to my legacy. That sounds very... I don't like it. Lol, what? Yeah. Blood is thicker than syrup? The blood of the covenant is thicker than the syrup of the womb. I hope someone just stumbles in here and sees that pinned message and is just immediately like, no, I'm out. This is how we weed out viewers. Let's see. So the propaganda website enthusiastically claims that he... Oh yeah, I forgot Roman's a banned term. Sorry about that, cat bat. Hold on. Yeah, we don't talk about Roman here. Oh, okay. I do appreciate that I can actually control OBS while playing The Roottrees Are Dead. I'm so used to playing all these other games where it's like, I have my laptop, right, stacked right under my second monitor so I can control stream. Because most of the games that I play are like, look, you click out of the game, we're gonna kill the sound. But at least we got our cool jazz while I allowed Catbat to talk about Roman. You got this one time. We can't talk about him after that. We don't talk about Roman. No, no, no. I forget. Like, this happened as soon as I started streaming. Or, well, as soon as I was an affiliate. That, you know, it was probably George was like, ban the term Roman. And I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. I'm happy to do that. I'm so happy to oblige. Let's see. Okay. So anyway, the propaganda website enthusiastically claims that he made good on that promise, but offers no additional detail. I love how Roman is a banned term in many chats, including at one point his own. Is it not still? Oh my god. See, anymore, like, I so expect that every streamer in our sphere has banned Roman at this point that I just... Oh, what a bummer. I'm trying... Oh, I think I'm only a VIP in his channel and not a mod. I'll have to find a mod and see if they can ban the term Roman. Oh, Delia fixed it. Boo! But yeah, it's because so many of us who stream have all jokingly banned the name Roman. I tend to think of him as like R0MAN. Because I'm like, wait, you can't say Roman in this chat. Okay, let's see. Claims he made good on that promise. What, that any child linked by blood to me shall be linked by blood to my legacy? But offers no additional detail. Okay. Well, apparently that's not a thing we get to know. There are a few more quotes about Elias from a book called Family Man, The Roottrees Legacy by Bess Williams. To say they are biased is a massive understatement. Ugh. That is chilling. Below that, there's a long list of accomplishments and awards, and one stands out. Like his great-grandson Carl. Is that President Carl? Elias says some sus things, yeah. Elias was voted Watchman of the Year. Watchman? Watchman? Because, like, treating that like a compound word to me is, like, reads like surveying versus if it was, like, watch man? I feel like that would imply, you know, just one of those guys who gets super into watches in his retirement, like my father-in-law was. But the fact that it's one word is, ugh. They saw a baby and were like, Carl. Yeah, it's giving, we investigated ourselves and have found no evidence of wrongdoing, right? Ugh. Oh, I didn't put a period there. Period. There we go. It's also, again, it is just hard because it's so much like, this feels like if they bothered to mention it because it is all condensed, it seems like it's something that may need to be of note. This is Anderson Maple Farm. You find some information on the website for the first Anderson Maple Farm. There are a few pictures, including a famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth. That photo was added to your evidence. Before marrying Elias, Gwyneth Roottrees was Gwyneth Anderson. She had no brothers, so as the oldest sister, she was to inherit the Anderson Maple Farm so long as she married. Okay. Before Elias took over, the farm produced only syrup. It was supposedly Elias's idea to create candy instead. Their success was not immediate until they decided to combine the maple with other flavors. This led to 5 pieces. So, I mean, the 1 piece, not interested. We're looking for the 5 piece here. Let's see. Still found in stores to this day. Though the Roottrees Candy Company expanded well beyond their original farm, it has been preserved as a tourist attraction. According to their website, there are still daily demonstrations and educational tours that would show off many of the turn-of-the-century appliances that Gwyneth would have used as a housewife, a hussif, in the 1900s. There is a great big beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day. Watchman of the Year. Okay, so it is actually Watchman. Business Watch magazine is a magazine focused on companies, CEOs, and the economy. They have been around for over 100 years in one form or another and will often write about major changes in management at famous companies. Oh, Business Watch? Business Watch. It's probably Watch. Okay. Words is hard. Every year they offer an award to a prominent businessman who has furthered the field. They call this Watchman of the Year. You find through a few searches that 2 Roottrees have been featured as Watchmen of the Year, Elias Roottree and Carl Roottree. Business Watch does not host any online archives on any site you can find via spider search, though you may be able to find individual articles and issues through your periodical search. Okay, so I guess I probably need to really start figuring out those sisters. Carl Roottree died in the recent plane crash along with his wife, Brenda Roottree, and their daughters, the Roottrees sisters. He was president of the Roottrees Candy Company as well as the clothing company Root, which he co-founded with his wife. According to news sites, the Roottrees Candy Company plans to put out a press release sometime within the hour to address the absence of Carl, the crash, and questions they've been receiving. Once you finish placing the Roottrees sisters on the family tree, it would be wise to repeat the search. Wow, the game is truly like, hey, come on. Refocus. Little did this game know that my ADHD would keep me diving. Okay, let's see. So Roottrees. Okay. Probably take note of Brenda as well. Oh no. Holy shit, okay. Obsessed with this. Searching for Brenda Rootree, you stumble across an auction for a black and blue dress that's a Brenda White original. The auction describes it as a vintage dress from before Brenda became Brenda Rootree and started designing clothes for Root. The white and gold dress itself doesn't seem relevant to your search. You are shitting me. Devs, I love you. I'm glad you had fun making this game because... Boo! No! This is delightful! This is a wonderful thing to uncover! Okay, so let's see. We do know now her maiden name is White. Root. The period is part of the name. Is a clothing company. They make clothes for children from toddlers to teenagers. Although their website is down, likely due to increased web traffic, you find countless retail sites attempting to advertise their clothes toward the target audience. One of them has this to say: "You've spied the Roottrees sisters looking hella fly on catalogs, magazines, and posters. Now you too can be like Riley, Rose, or Raina." You also come across a website from a collector of clothing catalogs. Apparently, Root has released 2 catalogs per year every year since 1984, and Raina appeared on almost all of them. There's only one that the webmaster considers a collector's item enough to mention. It seems that Brenda Rootree, the Rootree sisters' mother and Root's head designer, appeared on one cover holding her daughter Rose in 1985. The site says this was the only time her daughter was ever listed with her birth name, Carly Rootree. Interesting. I'd love to see what sort of doorstop these catalogs are if there have been 2 released every year since 1984 and it's now 1998 in game. Because you need at least 2 seasons worth of clothing. Okay, so now we can actually go back to the sisters, because let's see. Because it was Rose. So searching for Carly Rootree, you discover a trivia page that lists common trick questions. The answer to what are the first names of the famous Rootree girls lists the answer Raina, Carly, and Riley. The explanation below the answer states that Rose was originally born Carly Rose Rootree. Apparently her parents had planned to name son Carl Rootree Jr., but after finding out they were having a second daughter, they called her Carly. Carly Root Jeppesen. Carly Root Jeppesen's Malort. Sometime in the early 90s, and now preteen Carly strongly expressed her dislike that her sisters had RH names and she was the odd one out. That's when she began to go by her middle name. Do Do I need to disconnect from the internet every time? Is someone gonna call me? Do I need to make sure that my phone line is available? This is a famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth Rootree. It was taken in 1909 after they founded the Rootree Candy Company, but before it was a success. From what you've found searching the internet, it seems quite difficult to find any site about Elias or Gwyneth that isn't accompanied by this picture. Elias and Gwyneth are on the notable Roottrees listing your evidence. I don't have that yet. They will be marked on the chart with a star. So let's see. We know that the Rootree Candy Company... Founded before 1909. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's at least a good place to start. Okay. So now that I goofed around enough, let's see. Thomas Sheridan. Okay, so the one with the earrings is Rose. Where's Plaid? Let's see, they're all models, right? Model, and model. Nice work. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked. You've also locked the following optional entry. Booyah! Hello?
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to say, you're hired.
Yeah. Nancy Drew, incapable of using the internet. River Heights Web, not doing what we need it to. This mystery person here, on the other hand.
The reward for untangling the family tree is substantial. Life-changing, even. But here's the catch.
More like Nancy who? Wow, got him.
The Roottrees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine. The man who started it was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives. Anyone related only by marriage is optional, but filling them in can lead to useful discoveries.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we've already done that.
Lastly, you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list of notable Roottrees. Notable people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree.
Okay.
I'm off for now. Carl Rootree
Bye,
had a lot in his
stranger.
office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives.
How do you know when that will be? Hello?
Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the Roottrees reaches out,
Don't like that.
I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here. Thank you, and good luck.
sleuth. I like how she's not suspicious at all over there in the shadows, right? Totally normal lady doing totally normal lady things. Okay, 3 out of 9 before the person who hired you returns. Every time you get 3 additional blood relatives in the family tree completely correct, name, occupation, and portrait, they will be locked in. All non-blood relatives and small portraits are optional, but placing them in the tree helps remove extra names and photos. Howdy, comics! How's it going? Welcome into Sleuthy Sunday. How have you been? Long time no see. 3 more correct blood relatives before they lock in. Oh, Roottrees Candy Company was founded in 1908. Okay, so instead of doing a vague founded before 1909. Going okay, very busy, but having a very good time. Hope you've been well. Oh, good. I'm glad that you're staying busy and that it is going well. Things have been good and busy over here too, for sure. So I'm glad to be playing a game, playing a mystery, staying on brand. So let's see. We have a photo of Gwyneth. We have a photo of Elias. Gwyneth Anderson. Oh, of course there's gonna be 4 Eliases in this family. Good lord. But, I mean, he's the OG, so I would assume it's just him. Let's see what there's not CEOs. So would he be considered the president? Getcha, kind of shifting into the perpetual lurker state. Probably gonna go back to it, but I wanted to say hey. No worries, I appreciate you saying hey. Enjoy your lurk. I hope you have a good time while you're here. I feel like this is a really good game to lurk in too, because it is just like a whole lot of reading. There's not a whole lot, or reading on my part, there's not a whole lot of involvement, like action happening. So it's a more casual view, which I have to imagine is nice to vibe to. Okay, so what careers do we have? We have actor, advertising, architect, artist, author, baby, cashier, CEO, chef, comedian, construction, dancer, director, doctor, driver, farmer, firefighter, hairdresser, housewife, interior design, lawyer, manufacturing, mechanic, media mogul, military, model. Reading and typing noises, good shit, and the occasional dial-up sound. It's very ASMR for someone, I'm sure. Model, musician, news anchor, nurse, pilot, police officer, politics, preacher, president first, president second, president third, president fourth, president fifth, principal, pro athlete, professor, public speaker, retail, screenwriter, secretary, student college, student K-12, travel agent. Okay. Ooh, top secret envelope. You can open this envelope after the whole family tree has been filled in. It has 2 names that must be typed in manually. The clues are obscure and have been intentionally hidden in the past. May even require some leaps in logic. Try to keep an eye out for any inconsistencies. Oh, don't forget. For genealogy for dunces. Don't forget, family trees use surnames from birth, even if the person changed their last name after marriage. Always use a person's most recent occupation. Okay, so they had 3, 4, 5 children. And what is this? Why is this The no zone. Okay, so that's split up. The crime corral over here, if you will. Split up, split up. Split up. Guardian through adoption or otherwise. Huh. Okay, so what all do I have over here? Notable Roottrees. This is a list of notable Roottrees. The person who hired you gave you this list and said everyone on it could be found easily via your search engine. Roottree sisters, done. Carl Roottree, Elias and Gwyneth Roottree, Gwen Roottree, Red Roottree, Jim Roottree, Lauren Roottree, and Miracle Jr. Any entry on the family tree that belongs to someone on this list will be marked with a star. Notable Roottrees will be crossed out after they are verified and locked. What? Intuition? Yikes. Okay. You've been in this line of work a long time. So long, in fact, you've developed a sixth sense for how useful your evidence can be. The numbers in the magnifying glass refer to how many clues are connected to a specific piece of evidence. Evidence. 5. The higher the number, the more there is to find. At the start of your search, the notables list sets off alarm bells. A list of famous people that you can find via search engine? It's pretty rare to get something that useful. Best take advantage of it. As you progress, these numbers will change. Whenever you find more evidence or lock in family members, new discoveries will be added to the list and old evidence will become less useful. Trust your intuition. If a piece of evidence seems too good to be true, take a closer look at the people or phrases it mentions. What, like blood is thicker than syrup? Often the most satisfying revelations come from retracing a path you thought was fully explored, armed with a new perspective. Sometimes the reason certain evidence has such high value is because it can lead to finding more evidence. You may be missing a huge piece of the puzzle. Okay. Well. Okay, so we do have a page dedicated to Carl here already. We have cover the candy company with Elias, so can I include him like as a parenthetical? Elias and Gwyneth, okay. Oh wow, drag and drop onto other pages. Interesting. So put that one up there. I feel like we don't really need to know anything about old Ron Roottree there at this point. Roottrie. I wonder if at some point it's going to tell me like no more pages. You have run out of your page allowance, and I will be very sad. I'm just a gal who likes to take notes because she's played too many Nancy Drew games. This music is very good. Yeah, the whole soundtrack is very enjoyable. It also makes me want to go play L.A. Noire. This is an advertisement for 5 pieces aimed at kids from the magazine Teen Blast. It mentions that the 5 pieces were named as such because the original creator had 5 children. The ad also mentions that the current 5 flavors are not the same as back then. Roottrees 5 pieces. Cool chocolate, bad blue raspberry, so strawberry, power plum, and awesome apple. There's 5 flavors because the original inventor had 5 kids. Maybe that's why kids still love them. Radical new flavors because it's no longer the 1920s. What even is an elderberry anyway? I love you, bad attitude ad. Okay. God, I almost feel like I need to have just like a separate page dedicated to the 5 pieces. Because there is so much about these dang candies. Can I just take this whole dang thing? Oh, and I guess I could make a separate page for Elias, too. Oh, no, it didn't take. Okay. So that's back in the... Okay. That's over there. That goes... Okay. Okay, okay. I think that's everything I need right now. This seems like maybe a challenging game for those unorganized soups amongst us. Oh, wow. Soups was a type? I really just thought you were referring to yourself as an unorganized soup, and you know what? I was gonna buy in. Oh my god. You are an unorganized soup, and I love that for you. Oh no. Okay, so these... Oh, these are all of the pages I can have, apparently. Oh god. See, I really do need a Kaiser Soze board back here so I can start talking about the mail. I'd love to talk about the mail with you right now. Okay. Oh, this is definitely going to turn into a bit of a cluster as I figure out what can go back. Oh, I hate this for me. Let me have all the pages I want. What even is an elderberry anyway? Okay, and finally, the Roottrees sisters and their parents died in a plane crash on December 6, 1998. The next evening, a shadowy figure appeared at your door and said the lawyers were looking to sort out the family tree. After a quick test, the figure gave you access to some resources. This included a list of notable Roottrees who said they would be the easiest family members to place. They said they would return in the time it took to fill out 6 more blood relatives. Sad hamster adds, "Hello, Samurai. Thank you for being on my TV with a news alert. You've been here the whole time." Show marketing items. Oh, okay. Now, why would I press the skip button on connecting to the internet? You out of your mind game. I know why I'm here. Okay, so in addition to Spider Search, we now have the public library and periodicals now too. Sweet. Awakens the nostalgia, I know. Okay, yeah, because I can't add more pages. I guess I have no choice. My hands are tied. Come with me. Back to that page. Okay. Then can I delete this? No. Oh, that was actually in the reordering. Okay. Get out of here, page. So, I guess I'll move the sisters. Because I mean, realistically, how much more information am I going to need about them? What sort of secrets do they hold? That note can go away. Delete the page about them. So I need to know about Gwen. I feel like Ron's gonna probably be pretty negligible. Oh, actually, you know what? We'll reorder our notes real quick. Oh, I can just drag. At least I can drag my pages that way. Because he was not part of the starred names. But all of these were. Okay. Oh, and then that page can go away. Okay. Well, this is at least a better, slightly more straightforward. Okay, what all have we searched for so far? So it wasn't that. Was it in the 5 pieces? Because now we have access to the library. Hooray, library. Sweet History of Candy, Volume 2. Can I paste? Do a paste? No. It's Charles Lee? Published 1985, hardcover, history, advertising, nonfiction. This is a part of a book series about all things candy in the modern world. It starts in 1925 and continues onward to chronicle the rise of mass production and global distribution. The book ends with a look into the future of candy, as envisioned by experts in 1985. With the addition of hindsight, you can see they pretty much got everything wrong. It includes some print advertisements. You find a newspaper ad for 5 pieces from the 1930s added to evidence. Go on. You found this advertisement in the Sweet History of Candy Volume 2 by Charles Lee. It's from 1928, 6 years after the debut of 5 pieces. It states that the flavors are inspired by their children, and the order is grape, elderberry, cinnamon extract, melon, and the newest flavor, miracle berry. It's a miracle, a modern candy for a modern society. Roottrees 5 pieces contain 5 different maple-infused flavors. The Roottrees are a proud family business, and our flavors are inspired by our children. G is for grape, E is for elderberry, C is for cinnamon extract, M is for melon, and introducing M for miracle berry. Miracle berry is a burst of beautiful, blossoming, blended berries. Try it today. I mean, I have to assume this 5 is probably 1 for each child, right? Okay. So then what year? So this looks like it's at least a current ad. So these letters These don't even correspond with the current, or they didn't pick the same letters, so it's not an homage to the current. So strawberry, power plum. Oh, okay. For it, let. But there's way more. It's not like each child had a child to warrant. So that it's not like these would be necessarily a hint for current names. Okay, so we got that. And what was the next thing we were looking up? Okay, so we're in and okay, it only keeps so many searches. That's fair. Family Man, okay. Family Man, The Roottrees Legacy by Bess Williams. Will that be enough? Published 1920 hardcover nonfiction anthology. An old book about Elias Roottrees. There's no downloadable version available because the book is impossible to find these days. Excuse me, game set in 1998. It is 2025, and I would be thrilled to have someone come and ask me to start doing an interlibrary loan search for this, or finding an article about it, or anything. This would be the highlight of my work week. So don't give me this, the book is impossible to find these days nonsense. Okay, what was it? We had Business Watch magazine. Elias Roottrees was awarded Watchman of the Year in 1936 for his accomplishment of rolling out bio pieces to a global market. Notes from the article and the scan someone made of the cover have been added to your evidence. Cool. Oh god, no wonder my jaw hurts. I just saw I've been live for almost 2 hours. And let's see, we had Carl. Carl was there too. Carl Roottrees was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987 for his work with Root. The cover and a summary of the article has been added to your evidence. Oh my god, look at this dapper gentleman here. Elias Roottrees was voted Watchman of the Year by Business Watch in 1936, and a painting of him appears on the cover. The magazine says he was voted Watchman of the Year specifically to recognize the global rollout of 5 pieces. Inside the article is a timeline of 5 pieces. 1908, Elias forms the Roottrees Candy Company after marrying his wife, who inherited a maple farm. During the period before 5 pieces, the company was barely profitable. Elias has a daughter, the first of 5 children. 4 more follow, leading to 1922, Elias invents 5 pieces. Each of the 5 flavors is chosen based on the initials of his 5 children, 1 flavor per child. 1924, 5 pieces are sold in some Pittsburgh markets. 1926, 5 pieces are rolled out to all of New England. 1928, the new recipe and flavor is finalized. Oh. Oh no. Oh, well, no, the ad, even if they are new flavors, the ad did say that it was in honor of all 5 children. I wonder, oh, maybe it's because it's saying, like, the 5th flavor was incorporated? Well, no, but if it's 5 pieces, then there would have already been 5 children, so it's not like a 5th child was born in 28. The candy begins nationwide distribution in department stores and other shops everywhere. 1935, the Roottrees Candy Company purchased every available maple farm in Pennsylvania in preparation for their global rollout. 1935, with the help of his son Elias Roottrees Jr.'s architecture firm. Okay, ooh. I feel like I'm really wasting a page here by making a mention of this guy, but architect. That is still not how you spell architect. Oof. New industrialized factory and warehouse are built in Butler County. 1936, production is tripled and worldwide distribution begins. There's also a "What's Next" section that claims Elias is going to pivot to ensuring his company's legacy and that the Roottrees Candy Company remains a family business. He plans to do this with the Clancy Trust. Oh, God. The Clancy Trust is a highly unusual corporate arrangement named after Clancy Edward Roottrees, who was Elias' son and Roottrees Candy Company's head lawyer at the time. Oh, Jesus. Due to its unique nature, it's often brought up in online discussions about financial matters and inheritance as an oddity. The company mandates that a fixed percentage of its profits are split every quarter amongst bank accounts representing each direct relative of Elias and Gwyneth. An account is created for each blood relative at birth and is first accessible when they reach 18. Blood relative. God, there is so much talk of blood in this game. Cancer created at birth. The actual numbers have never fully been disclosed to the public, but due to the ever-increasing success of the company, it has a significant amount of money. The Clancy Trust is known for being essentially impossible to get around due to many checks and balances written into it. Still, there have been a few situations in which family members have tried to forcibly remove another member from the trust. Most details online are pretty vague since the matters are handled internally. The only information you discover is from a university law school, which apparently had a guest lecturer talk about the Roottrees versus RR in 1994, excuse me. While looking into the Clancy Trust, you often find mentions to the 5-piece guarantee, which went into effect at the same time. Okay, so let's see. Roottrees versus RR. Is that Ron Roottree that we've already encountered elsewhere? You find very few details about this particular incident with regards to the Clancy Trust. A student who attended the lecture about it wrote the following on a legal oddities website. From what you can tell, RR attempted unsuccessfully to remove a fellow family member from the trust. I miss the spooky door woman. Yeah. Seems like it's gonna be a while till we see her again. It was said that RR attempted 2 arguments. First, the person in question was born out of wedlock, and second, they committed a significant crime against a fellow family member. Still, due to the ironclad wording of the Clancy Trust, it was impossible to remove any direct descendant of Elias Roottree without completely dissolving the trust. There's no additional information online. Okay, so let's see. So I wonder who... Okay. What is the 5-piece? Guarantee. The 5-piece guarantee, in combination with the Clancy Trust, was Elias Roottrees' attempt to ensure that the Roottree Candy Company would remain a family business for eternity. I don't mean to speculate, but this guy seems like he is in some deep, dark, like, eldritch horror bullshit, huh? All this talk of blood and syrup, a family business for eternity. That's a yikes for me, dog. In isolation, it is somewhat baffling. The yearly salary of Roottree's president is always locked to the price of a single pack of 5 pieces. When the 5-piece guarantee went into effect, this was 25 cents a year. Now it's closer to $4. Combined with the Clancy Trust, however, it makes a bit more sense. Elias wanted to ensure that only his direct relatives could afford to be president, and he knew that because their passive income was tied to the profits of the company, they would have a vested interest in keeping the company as profitable and successful as possible. Whether or not this was a smart or successful decision is widely debated both online and in person by economics enthusiasts of all levels of expertise. Okay, oh boy. I feel like we've seen so many things. I don't even remember where we were, what we were looking at, who we were looking at. Oh, were we over at the evidence table? Yeah. Oh boy, we sure were. Because we had to figure out what the hell the Clancy Trust was. Alright, so we do know... Oh, we don't have a picture yet. Because that was Elias Jr., who is an architect. We had something about someone as a lawyer. Clancy Edward. So what is it? It's the cinnamon extract. Who is a lawyer. So we do know this is Carl, whose spouse is Brenda White. Gwen or Root or Gwen or Red or Jim or Lauren or Miracle Jr. So I feel like I have everything out of that evidence file that I could think of right now. God, look at Carl's hair! His maple tie. Carl Roottrees grabs life by the roots. Also, our ongoing coverage of who's who. Of who's in the corporate world. Not the who's who. Carl Roottrees was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987, and a photo of him appears on the cover. According to the cover, Business Watch is the magazine for and about corporate leaders, and has ongoing coverage of who's who in the corporate world. Carl was chosen not for his work at Roottrees Candy, but rather a clothing company, Root. There's a brief history. Before they married, Carl's wife Brenda was a fashion consultant. When Raina was born, Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother. Looking for a creative outlet, she spent any free time she had at the sewing machine. Raina's new clothes were a hit with other parents, including Carl's cousin Jim Roottrees, a notable singer who had a young daughter around the same age as Raina. Word spread. Okay. Wait. Oh, no, we have Jim. We don't need this page. We have Jim. God, I hope this is the same Jim. By 1982, Brenda's patterns were being copied by other brands. Seeing the demand, Carl and his second cousin, Ernie Jr., so that would be that they share the same great-grandparents. Hi, Miss Char. Welcome back. Come here, honey. I'm gonna have to leave myself a note that they are shared great-grandparents because I will forget. So when did Carl become president? Because, again, if this is set in 1998, 1982 isn't all that much time of being president. Other blood relatives who have a say in the company's finances refused to fund anything other than candy, so Carl personally spent his entire inheritance to bankroll the clothing company. When the profits began to appear, however, the rest of the family changed their tune. They repaid his investment, and now Root exists. I suppose spearheaded is actually probably a more appropriate. Root exists under the umbrella of the candy company, and everyone benefits. So that's kind of suspicious to me. Per tradition, or perhaps superstition, new clothes always debuted the way the first ones did. Raina became their catalog's cover model. As she grew, the product line expanded to older kids as well. Her younger sisters were then recruited to show off the baby clothes. Carl was voted Watchman of the Year primarily for his personal gamble and the ensuing payoff. So where are the sisters? We do know Carl. Carl is the president, but at what point? Oh, and actually, where would Ernie Jr. fall in all of this? Because God, so Ernie Jr. could be anywhere in here, huh? Because that would be shared grandparents, so I guess Ernie wouldn't be in any of these parts of the tree here. But he could be literally anywhere else. Super unhelpful. I almost wonder if I just need like a page that's just Elias's children. Them all under the candy company umbrella. Let's see, he's the the architect and is also, he is the second born? Yeah. Plandy. Oh, is that it? He's the third born and a lawyer. Can I copy this? Is that allowed? Ah, crap. Yeah, well, that worked out just fine. Oh my god, I could do this forever. But my throat is getting a little bit sore, so I wonder if this is a good sign that I should take a little bitty break. Well, as in call it for today. Because otherwise, I mean, I could go forever. And I don't think that that's necessarily what I should be doing. Again, I could. This is so my shit. I could do this forever. Is there anyone who's also playing this right now? Or am I just am I the weird one? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna start yawning. It's one of those things, it's like as soon as I turn off the game and I'm like starting to get my head into ending a stream mentality, that I'm just like, oof. That took a lot of mental stamina. What are some of these achievements? Probably shouldn't look at those because I think there's gonna be spoilies abound. But thanks for being here, and thanks for coming back to our old bread and butter of sleuthing around. I'm gonna get up and get some actual water instead of a seltzer and stretch my leggies and stuff. And I hope you do too. I'll go get a snack. It's about time for me to eat dinner finally, so I don't know what I'm gonna have yet. But thank you for being here, and especially if you stuck around for a good chunk of this, because this is definitely, like, it felt kind of unusual. It took me back to, like, one of my very first streams when we were playing Ace Attorney. I don't know, is that a thing we should do again? Play Phoenix Wright and say, objection! Just have to get my old vocal cords used to it again. But, yeah, so it does look like there's some people who are currently playing the Roottrees are dead, so we'll go ahead and send our good vibes over there. Oh, hello, Miss Char. Welcome back. Hello to you. What's up, baby? Charlie, you leave those alone, Miss Thing. Get Charlie over here. Just say goodbye. Oh, say goodbye, Miss Char. Oh, she's so mad right now. Oh, she just burped. Did you just eat some dinner? Is that why you're being a maniac? Or are you mad because you haven't had dinner yet? Well, let's see. Charlie, no. You leave the deer corner alone. Those are our friends. If you're still sticking around, you want to stick around for the raid, we've got our raid messages. Feel free to copy and paste the one that is applicable to you. And with that, you can take off for the evening. And I don't know, we'll see what happens. Maybe tomorrow or something. Because I'm having a real good time with this game. And it's all I want to think about. Apparently, it's 2025. We are so back with mysteries. And so with that, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I hope you have a good rest of your evening, and be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And if you've got a stinky, smelly animal in your house, give them a big ol' kiss from me, okay? And I will see y'all hopefully before you know it. Have a good time zone. Bye.